Hi here! So a couple of videos ago, I made my first Pinterest challenge project. And I said, is there anything out there that somebody wants me to make? And so I got the request to make a Cowboy and Son project. And so I found this picture of a Cowboy and Son on Pinterest, and I thought it'd be cool to see what I can do with it. So I used a piece of carbon paper and traced the silhouettes onto a piece of 1/4 inch plywood. Wally loves balls, and he really wanted my attention every time I was in the shop this day. He would bring me the ball and do this whimpering, talking thing or bark, letting me know he was ready for another throw. I'm going to count how many times he brought the ball to me because I was surprised editing this video. This first time he brought me the ball, and I just started my project, so I was ignoring him. But he kept at it, Wally? So then I just made sure to throw the ball right away.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Right by my foot. Right by my foot. Ah, there you go, buddy.
Take it over to the scroll saw. So I used my Hegner to cut out the silhouettes. So I'm going to speed through all the times that Wally was telling me to throw the ball. And, you know, I could have just shut the shop door and let him stay outside so he didn't bother me. Or I could have told him to stop and just keep the ball. And then he would just keep barking at me. But I didn't mind stopping and throwing the ball. But I didn't realize I did it this much. Then drilled 3 holes where I needed to make some inner cuts. I didn't show, but I had switched to a quick clamp on the Hegner so I could do those easily. The next 39 seconds are just me scrolling and then throwing the ball to Wally, and so you could skip to 2:39 if you don't want to watch that part. Finally, I got it all cut out, even with all those Wally distractions, and then I sanded off the fuzzies. Then I got to thinking about the pieces that were left over from the cutout, and thought maybe I could make something with those too. So I grabbed a little piece I had from a slab of juniper, and I used double stick tape to attach the 1/4 inch plywood. Then husband came in, and that distracted Wally from the ball. Even Gibbs got up from his pillow to see what was going on when he heard husband say something about going somewhere. So I finished getting these ready for the next step, and then we took off for a bit. When we got back, I painted the plywood cowboys black. And I used a torch to bring the cowboys onto the juniper. Wally didn't bark at me, but I see now that he brought me a ball while I was using the torch. I cut some pieces of walnut out of some scrap wood I had, and wow, just look at how pretty that grain is. But I thought it would be cool to make the cowboys stand in there like this. I'm just gonna try routering it just like this. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I used a 1/8 inch spiral upcut router bit. And then I was thinking, I may not be able to cut it like this because there's not a whole lot for the router to sit on. But it worked! I had to make a few passes and checking after each pass until it was wide enough for the cowboys to sit in there. Then use some wood glue to glue it in place. We'll just let that set up now. And we'll see how this one is. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. I'm excited to see what it looks like. Ooh, look at that. Cool. walking into the sun. Nice, love it. I love it. Cool. See if that one will just stand up. No, it won't. I think I'll make a, oh, there it stands up. Woo, it does it. Okay, I've got to make a leg for it. Let me just figure out how to do that real quick. I found a dowel and I cut it down to how long I thought it should be, then drilled a hole in the back where it would go. All right, let's put that in. See how it works. There, look at that. Cool. Nice. I'm gonna let the glue sit up in the other one before I put finishes on them. And I think I'm gonna look up a verse for these things or something. The next day I put a verse on the back of the burned one since it had some room. I put 1 Peter 5:3, which says, "Do not be like a ruler over people you are responsible for, but be good examples to them." I thought this verse fit because it's like the cowboy dad is showing his son the ropes instead of just telling him what to do. And Wally wasn't ball crazy right now. He just wanted to sit on my lap for a little bit. And I put on my logo. I signed it and dated it. I didn't glue in the dowel in case I wanted to change how I was going to display it later, maybe. I couldn't remember how Danish oil looked on juniper, so I just put some on here. And you know what? I like it. So I'm going to put Danish oil on both of these. I applied the Danish oil over every surface on both of those, and a couple of coats. The Cowboy and Son Silhouettes are done. So this project was a recommendation by Dennis G. 11348. So thanks, Dennis G. 11348. So I really like both of them. And this one turned out better than I expected. And I like how that looks like a sun, like they're walking into the sun or coming back from the sun. And you know what? I think this would be a really great Father's Day gift. So just 1 month, 2 months early. But yeah, it's really easy to find those silhouettes on Pinterest. Oh wow. It's really easy to find those silhouettes on Pinterest. And I'm gonna go put those up on the Pinterest site. And I'm gonna do that during the song. And if anybody else has any other recommendations from Pinterest, just let me know. So thanks for joining me, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye!